Welcome, college basketball fans. This is where you want to be, right here on 2K Sports. Some great action ahead, and we're happy to have you here along with us for the ride. Kevin Harlan here, along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. We've got the UConn Huskies facing the UCLA Bruins.
And you know, guys, we go back many years broadcasting college games, and it never gets old. Every big-time player makes a name for themselves at the college level, and we could see that again on display here tonight.
Well, with a guy like Freak suiting up, you know that they're going to serve both of these teams, and they're really loaded with talent.
On the floor for UConn, we've got Keefe, and it's Splitter in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
And you see a lot of players who are very talented play with a me-first approach. That is not the case with Freak. He doesn't try and attract any unnecessary attention and just focuses on playing his game.
Yeah, I like that about him, Greg. I mean, in a day and age where most guys are self-centered and it's all about me, it's refreshing for a player like Freak who doesn't invite that kind of noise. I mean, that's as impressive as his skill set.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
Here is Keefe. Martin wide open. He fires. Here's Day. Gets to the rim for two with the D all over him.
And the defense just gets caught standing around that time and giving up the second chance opportunity.
You know, that just can't happen. They need much more effort than that on the glass.
The tray in a...
Hard to watch UCLA and not... think of the Wizard of Westwood, John Wooden, not just his impact on the school, but his place in the history of basketball. He helped put college basketball on the map in a big way.
Splitter misses.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Now here's Freak. He's covered closely. Over to the left wing. Now here's Joseph to the middle. Shoots a three. Kept alive. Here's Martin. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Guys, he's actually indefatigable. He never gives in, never gives up on a play, and that's what it takes to be a great offensive rebounder.
Now a new group getting ready to come in for the Bruins. Thomas checked in for Looney. Morris comes in for Campbell. Martin's checked in for Fresh. And Freak subbed in for Free. And then for the Huskies, Splitter's checked in, and it's Reed in for Joseph. On the floor for UConn, we've got Reed, and it's Sims in at the 4. Reed misses.
Boy, from my angle, it looked like it was in the bottom of the net. It looked good from here.
Yeah, I'm about as shocked as you are, Clark.
You know, so often we can forget that these players are student athletes. I mean, Freak does not have that problem. He's an amazing student off the floor and is very dedicated in the classroom.
High school, and has carried that same work ethic to college as well, as he prepares for his finishing ability, not really at the level that you would expect from a pro, but he's going to have to start playing with more force.
And Posey kicks to Reed. Splitter dishes to Posey. Great tee that time from Johnson. Well, you could pick any team in the NBA and name a Husky that played for him at some point. UConn has had a big impact on the NBA.
I mean, UConn has had a lot of NBA talent pass through their school. I mean, it speaks volumes about how well they are able to develop talent and win championships. And Freak has really come out blazing here in the first half, absolutely imposing his wheels on the opponent.
And, Greg, that's what great college players do. I mean, they control the game and really make the opponent.
Hello and welcome back. This is college basketball on 2K Sports. And if you're just tuning in, this is Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg. as we get set for the second half.
Guys, we had a tight game through the first half. I think we'll see more of the same coming out of the break.
And it's just going to take one big run for one of these teams to establish control. If Freak can get hot, his team has a great chance of coming away with the victory.
Hale, he's in at point guard. Campbell is out there with Looney. Then it's Fresh, and it's Roberts in at the 5 spot. And for the Huskies, they've got Martin, and it's Keefe in at the shooting guard position. Day the pass to Keefe. Here is Day. Guarded by Hale. To tie. Cannot hit. The Bruins go the other way with it. That will be a getaway game for them. A one-game road trip. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect. UConn trails by 4. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. And the foul called on Freak. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Morris is checked in for Campbell. Here is Splitter. Inside. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover.
And, you know, we've seen a lot of great point guards over the years, and Freak is right at the top for me. The things he can do with the ball are special. And he knows how to control the flow of the game, too. He's not only highly skilled, but he's a maestro in orchestration.
And it's really interesting. Controlling tempo and pace is oftentimes something that most point guards don't really learn until they are pros. But Freak understands how important that is already. It's a big part of why so many think he'll be successful as a point guard on the next level.
Again, the miss by the Huskies. Well, UCLA and all those incredible national titles in men's basketball, Clark, they were the program in the 60s and 70s.
Yep, completely dominated the landscape of college ball during that time. From 64 to 75, they won 10 titles in 12 seasons. Bad time for these defenders to be standing around watching, not while the ball's in his hands.
Freak with it. 12 points for him. Terrific design on the pick play. He lays it in. Freak's got the lead up to 4 now for the Bruins.
And guys, thinking again about the Bruins being so dominant during those decades, they set so many records in that time frame, won 88 games in a row, which is still a record for men's basketball.
And Posey kicks to Joseph. It's deflected. And that one's good. Fresh. And now a 6-point Bruin lead.
And it looks like they left their defensive effort back in the locker room, guys. They just haven't had the same commitment here defensively in the second half.
Posey dishes today. They set the pick. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops.
And you think about the impact those years of dominance have had on UCLA. I mean, still one of the most in the United States. I mean, they are the program on the West Coast, although the Wildcats might argue, at least recently.
And the Huskies going with a whole new group out there. Then for the Bruins, Irving's checked in for Looney, and Freak subbed in for Free. Here's UCLA.
One thing with Freak that we know is he makes sure he gets his shots up no matter what. One way or another, he's going to get his workout in, and that's why so many are confident that he'll continue to improve.
Part of it is that he has a twin sister who actually taught him how to play ball. She helped him develop his game and become the player he is today. Pretty nice to have a sibling willing to help you develop your skill set on the court.
Hale in at point guard. Johnson is out there with Irving. Then there's Campbell, and it's Porter in at the 2 spot. Martin the screen. Here is Keefe. .11 feet away, off the left rim and out. Guys, they're holding on to the slimmest of leads.
And they can't afford to let it get any slimmer than what it is now, guys.
Freak kicks to Barton. Irving passes to Campbell. Here's Hale. And the defense really pressing up on him. Made that a tough shot. And stolen by Freak. There's the lob to the hoop. Dives for it. On the wing, Irving. Some nice ball movement by the Bruins. The 15-footer. Here's Johnson. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. Now it's a 4-point Bruin lead. All right, well, look at how the hustle game has been going for the Bruins.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
And some changes here for the Bruins. Roberts is checked in for Johnson. Looney comes in for Irving. And Fresh subbed in for Barton. .54 seconds left here in the second half. Day kicks to Splitter. Doubled by Hale. Splitter inside and out of bounds as the Bruins gain possession.
You know, that's hard to explain that play. I mean, I guess he thought he had more room than he did.
A bucket here would give them a bit more room.
True, but no need to rush it. Play smart. And with Freak, he takes a lot of pride in where he hails from. Didn't grow up with a silver spoon in his hand by any means, and his family cheers him on from Harlem.
And, Greg, you can see it in this game. I mean, we're all a product of where we've been, our environment, our experiences. And with Freak, he doesn't take anything for granted. Some of the very best players of all time have come from the projects like Freak. And he takes pride in playing for Harlem when he's on the court.
And I'm sure he would like to have had all of those, but he's still able to pad the lead.
Joseph. Again, the miss by the Huskies. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
That's his second personal foul.
He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 7-point game.
Perfectly done at the stripe there. That brings their lead up to an even more comfortable level.
Keefe passes to Martin. The feed to Day. Here's Joseph. Connects. And now they trail by just 4. There's 10 seconds left here in the second half of the game. And so they foul intentionally.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
Yeah, they have to extend the game. I mean, plain and simple. Use every second you can on the clock here.
Splitter with no one around. Off target from outside.
That is great timing. He is one tough customer on the offensive glass.
You know, Clark, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound's going to go.
They call it a nose for the ball.
And he's got as good a sense of that as anybody in our league.
So it's UCLA picking up the win. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finish as Clark, they continued to wait out until the very last moment to seal it.
Yep, and it might not be the way a coach would have drawn it up or wanted it to end, but these fans, look.
For Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for joining us.